there are four main pillars or main what you call it cornerstones for Sanatana Dharma. The first one is the rishis. These rishis are the ones who envision the Vedas as revelation that they received in their deep meditative states from higher beings, and that's why it's called apaurisheya. So no human created that. It came from the God, from in the deep meditative state. It was untouched by human, and this specific Vedic literature, they meticulously took care of that by keeping an oral transmission from guru to disciple. Instead of taking it in a kind of a written format, like in whether it be scrolls or a palm leaves. So the rishis, they are wisely chosen the right medium called oral transmission that has been preserved till date. Compare that to those, for example, we see the events like Alexandria or Takshashila. These are very famous universities which totally got burned down, and with that gone all the literature that has been worked hard a lot of years before that. But now, because of oral transmission, we were able to preserve all of that knowledge to the entirety. Even now, a few of them here and there have been lost for whatever reason, but we still have bulk of it intact, and that's because of this oral transmission. And that is the first pillar, which is our rishis, and who saw the original, the best set of rules that we can follow, and that has been passed on in a guru disciple in this Veda Pathashala. That forms the pillar of our Sanatana Dharma. The Veda Pathashala, there are a lot of, I'll show you the kids later on, and the guru from whom they learn. There's all these kids, they are here, and they spend for almost 12 years for each Veda. This is the Rigveda School, and we have Yajurveda, and we have Samveda, and we have Atharvana Veda. So all of these schools, the kids, they come here for 12 years, 12 complete years. And imagine there's nothing else, just only the school, and if you see their shelves are full of books. Imagine living a life without Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or any of these digital tools, and that actually deviates them, and that takes them into a whole different personality. But here they are totally away from the digital world. They're purely based only into the Vedas. They learn by heart all the Vedas, and they know the meaning. Some of them, they go on to learn the meanings of Vedas, but most of them know it by heart, all those Vedic literature. And for example, Rigveda has about 10,589 or something like that verses. So they all know all of it in various formats, which has been transmitted from their guru, and from that guru, his guru has gave it to him. In this format, this whole knowledge has been meticulously preserved for ages. So in this way, they dedicate their lives in this Veda Pathashala to learn the knowledge, and this is one of the underlying secret why Hinduism is still contained the way it is right now. And from there, so these same kids who are here in Veda Pathashala, they go on to the next pillar, which is the temples, to share the knowledge in a more easier formats like Puranas or Itihas that people can relate to. Epics, Itihas like Ramayana or Mahabharata, where people can understand what's the story, what's the Dharma, how to live an ideal life as a king, like whether it be Lord Rama or in Ramayana, or whether it be Yudhishthir in Mahabharata. So you can see all of those stories, they pass on. At least in the old days, that was the intention behind temples. Temples used to be the hub of the main centerpiece of the whole village, if you will, and where a lot of events happen. They have something called mandapas, where mandapas people sit there and they chit chat and they share the knowledge. And they also do some like dance programs where they show the arts, they inspire people to do some bhajans, and they take them towards a God. And that's the third pillar. And now comes the last one, a very important one, which is you all, and the saints and sages who have practiced all of this Sanatana Dharma, and they realized their own self, and they began inspiring and initiating people into Sanatana Dharma. So whether it be Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Ramana Maharshi or Chandrasekharananda Saraswati from Kanchi Mutt. So all of these saints, the various innumerable saints who have realized their own being by practicing this to the heart, to the essence of it, not on superficial, but they really got into that sincerely. They want to know the seek the God, and they realized it, and they share it with everyone. Those of you who have been watching right this video, or those of you other of the devotees who practice the sadhana at home, so you all are the ones who are keeping it alive. And so we, each of us, in order to protect it for future generations, we all have two responsibilities. At least the first one, the main thing is for us to practice, not just say I like this lecture, or I like this, you see some YouTube video and you say I like it. You should not stop there. Try to practice it more, take some, whether it be simple japa or bhajan, something. You start practicing it yourself and you feel the difference in your life, and then you inspire your kids to follow your example, because they are rather follow you, whom they are seeing you and whom they trust, rather than someone else who coming and trying to tell them to do. So it's easy if you practice and they learn from you. And that's the one thing, is for us to practice ourselves. And then second one is to encourage or support those who are doing sadhana. Like here I'm trying to support this Veda Pathshala by giving some cloths and some books and some some things to make their life comfortable, some asanas to sit while doing reading. As they say, dharmo rakshate rakshitaha, is the more you protect, you encourage the dharma, and that protects you back. So this is my small effort in this Veda Pathshala to encourage all the kids to say that they're doing the best, they're doing really great. On that note, I will interview the guru of this Veda Pathshala shortly.